Hey, everybody. Welcome to Marketing Mondays. I'm Bill Faith, joined by Chris Wharton, IG. Oh, wow. Did you just recently add the Instagram handle there?
No, it's been the last couple ones.
No? Gotcha. I didn't notice that. Chris is trying to build up his Instagram following, apparently. So I don't know that I approved that. So welcome to Marketing Monday. This is our first one since we did Move the Needle. So I kind of want to follow up and touch on a few things, Chris, that we went over at Move the Needle. I've received a ton of emails, questions, that type of stuff. And really, I think kind of some of the new things were like Market My STR releasing the best of pages, right? The top 10 sales pages that if you are a Market My STR customer, you can jump in and actually grab those. I think they're going to be ready this week for everybody to deploy into, which is super important. And I can't emphasize enough that the authority of being inside of that top 7, the top 10 Airbnbs in your market, that can leverage for you and how you use that. Like Chris, that's one of the things I'd be using in the groups where we can't post links like directly to our short-term rentals. We could say, hey, Chris, you're looking for someplace to stay around Glacier National Park. By the way, here's the top 5 condos, within 10 miles of Glacier National Park, and send them to that top 5 or that top 10 page, as opposed to going to your direct link. The other thing is the lead magnets, Chris. So, we created a bunch of templates inside of Market My STR for lead magnets. And that could be, you and I are getting ready in a day and a half, actually, to go to Whitefish, Montana to host our mastermind meeting. And we're going early because we're going to do what on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? You're going to ski.
That's what I thought how much we're doing that before the meeting. That's a lot of skiing. But yeah, we're skiing.
Well, you might ski. I'm going to snowboard. We'll see how that goes. But my point is, a lot of people don't know where to rent their ski equipment. They might be coming into Whitefish for the first time, and they don't know that Abruzzo's and Mercantile and The Last Chair and Tupelo Honey are the best restaurants to eat at, and that they need to make reservations well in advance, or they're not going to be able to get a booking. So if you think about that local knowledge that we can share, that goes into these top 5, top 7, top 8. And I talk a lot about this, Chris. It's not number 1. It's not top 5. It's not top 10. We just use those as references. What you should be doing is building out these pages as top 4, top 7, top 6, top 8, top 9 unique numbers, to where people will jump in and actually say, oh my God, top 7, that guy's weird, or what is that? And it just catches attention, right? Which is really what we want to do, is catch somebody's attention on social media. You can share these to your Facebook page, your Instagram page. You can put ad dollars behind them, especially if you're like me. Let's just use Whitefish. It used to be Gulf Shores, but now Whitefish is where I own the largest number of properties. I typically buy in clusters of 2 or 3 in a market and then move on for diversification. I've got 4 now in Whitefish. So, and technically 5 listings, 4 properties, because my big property will have 3 listings with it. So I could take up all 5, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. If you own and you're a co-host, or if you're a co-host, you could have your co-hosting properties inside of there. So technically, I still have more properties in Gulf Shores now, even though I own less. So I can, what do I have there? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 properties still in Gulf Shores. So I could fill up co-hosted and own of 7 properties in the top 9 properties, top 9 Airbnbs in Gulf Shores, right? So that's a brand authority, and that's going to drive people to your links without being spammy and posting in all these groups and sending them directly there. And I'm actually going to put some ad dollars driving traffic to go to these pages as well, because I'm going to own and control, all of these pages. And Market My STR, if you're a Market My STR customer, just go to marketmystr.com, go to the support, the live chat that's there, and say, hey, I want to be a part of the best of, and insert your market. Because eventually we're going to charge for this as we start driving a lot of traffic. But right now, if you're a user, a member of Market My STR, you can get onto these pages for free. But you need to request now as they deploy, because everybody's going to want to be on Sevierville. Everybody's going to want to be in Gulf Shores. Everybody's going to want to be in Banner Elk, Palm Springs, wherever. We've got the top 50 markets already secured to where we can start sending traffic for you guys too. Chris, did you send out an email about this by chance?
I did not. I know what we had scheduled for today.
Okay, gotcha. So no wonder there's nobody here, as we didn't send out an email. Maybe you drop a post in the Facebook group that we're live with the link or something. Because this is super important. And the next thing that I kind of want to talk about is going to be which one of these options, Chris, that you sent me? Is it the first one?
First one just has the widget. The second one, which is option 1, has the Market My STR header, and then it below it, and then the third one is all future stay.
Okay, gotcha. So we talked a lot about Market My STR and future stay on the Move the Needle, and I kind of want to just go more in depth because I didn't have a ton of time to go over all of this, and I want to show you something that's super important here of why future stay. Hey, Anthony, why future stay has the highest conversion rates. And this is something that I think a lot of people don't understand. So, share screen, window. There we go. Awesome. So, this is actually, I'm just going to get me and you off of here, Chris. I want to show the page. So, what you see right here, this is the booking. This is the booking page from Future Stay inside of a Market My STR sales page. And I want to explain to you why this is so important. Number one is because of this. This is almost identical to Airbnb. And this is because Phil, the owner, the CEO, and if you guys are a Inner Circle member or a Mastermind member at 2 o'clock Central Time, when we get done with this, I'm going to have both Scott Hill from Market My STR and also Phil answering questions about the setup, the packages, all that type of stuff, and how this works. Because this page is so similar to the Airbnb page, which most people that we're trying to drive traffic to our direct booking site are comfortable with, they're going to be much more comfortable when they hit this page than anything you've built or I've built on our own. Doesn't matter if it's me, could be Boostly, could be doing your own thing in WordPress. Definitely not the OTAs. Those things look like Craigslist pages, right? That looks spammy because it's not visually compelling. So if you look at the title, the location, the images, the top 5, even the conversion over here that happens inside of this iframe. And what happens when we look at the majority of the booking widgets that are provided by OTAs, it starts taking all the information at once, Chris. So this is really the sneak peek, which is important. All I have to do is select my dates here, select my guests, and check rates. And then it takes me to see what's available and everything else. It's getting me into the process quickly, hence higher conversion rates. So the combination of this page looking almost identical to an Airbnb page and this quick, start into the reservation, the booking process is why the conversion rates absolutely skyrocket. And you can see, just almost everything, the way they have designed the amenities, location, the house rules, it's all the same. Super duper important. But here's the 2 things there's really 3 things that are different. This is what we call above the fold. From here up, this video is Market My STR. So this page is a Market My STR page. So I can embed video. I can put content above and below. So down here, this is Market My STR. This is the iframe. This is the widget that's dropped in of the booking page from Future Stay. So why do I need both, Bill? Here's why. Because you can customize up here. You can customize down here with Market My STR. And the 2 most important things are this, right? So my mouse, literally, I can embed the live chat from Market My STR. I can't do that on Future Stay. I can't do that on OTA. If I do it on WordPress or something else, I got to pay additionally for that feature, right? So live chat's going to increase your conversion rates. And what's really amazing about this is that literally you can manage the live chat. Your VAs can do it. You can do it through Lead Connector through Market My STR. No other platform has this, right? Not Boostly, not Wix, not WordPress, not STR Digital, not this, none of this. Nobody has it, right? So that live chat, and Chris, I've been using this since before you came to work for me. By the way, happy 7-year anniversary today, everybody. It is Chris's 7 years. My God, it's the longest anybody has ever worked for me, ever. And any of my 38 startups. I don't know if you're fucking crazy or stupid or it's just that much fun working for me.
All 3? Is that a bad answer?
All 3 of them. So that live booking widget is critical. And then as I go back, and I'll show you this, if I right-click on any web page, actually, where is it? Oh, no, I got to come down here, right? Yep, into it. And then I go to View Page Source. This is all a bunch of code that most of you have probably never seen before, but here's why this is important. On Market My STR, we can do this stuff. We can get access to this stuff behind the scenes and do alt text, header tags, all the stuff that we need to do SEO. We also can drop, if I did, where is the search bar? No, I don't want to do that. I haven't been in here for so long. Anyways, if I could find the Facebook pixel, I would show you that this is where I can drop my Facebook pixel so I can do retargeting. This is where I can drop my Google Analytics pixel so I can see where people are dropping off, what my conversion rates are. If I want to put in a heat map to track everything on this page, having access to this is absolutely critical. And that doesn't happen any place else, to where you can have control of your SEO, to where you can have control of retargeting when somebody hits the page. You can't do that on the OTAs. You can't do that on Future State only. This is where the combination of Market My STR with Future Stay is absolutely critical, and it's bar none the highest converting component. So think of Future Stay, even though it's a PMS, I want you to think about this as your direct booking site only, right? It's not ready to replace Hospitable or OwnerRes at this point. It's just got the absolute best in class of direct bookings. You put this into Market My STR, which now you have the 260-day funnel, you got the social media, you got the Facebook pixel for Facebook ads, you have the marketing. So really, I think the confusion was, at what point does Future Stay tie into your PMS? It does not tie into your PMS, Anthony. So it's a great question. What happens is Future Stay connects to your PMS via Airbnb. So when a direct booking comes in via Future Stay, it blocks those dates out on Airbnb, which then will sync into OwnerRes or Guesty or whatever you're using, and Vrbo. The only con to this setup is literally that you have to manually take the information that's booked in Future Stay and drop it into your PMS. So for me, that's going to be a virtual assistant that will do that, because Chris will forget, I will forget. And it's really a very small price to pay, very small, to increase conversion on direct bookings and have the marketing engine, Market My STR, and the absolute best in class booking engine, Future Stay, together. Right? Chris, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I just noticed something. I probably should have talked to Scott about this, but with the wrapper or having Market My STR above and below, what we should do is combine widgets. So for example, we could put a button up in the header that's like book now. Then at the very bottom in the footer, we could actually put the full widget version and not just the this version with the iframe in the footer, so that if they wanted to, they could just skip straight down to the bottom and be have the ability to book, like on this version. Right? Yeah. So there should be a fourth version. We showed there's 3 versions we have. We have that version which has it's all Market My STR, and except the widget itself at the bottom is the Future Stay widget. There's the other one you were showing where the Future Stay is kind of wrapped in the middle of it, but we could actually combine those two together to make a super page that has the widget at the bottom, but also the Future Stay content in the middle.
Because we have one where the widget's right here. I just don't have that link. You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, I have to go find it.
Yeah, so that's really what you're talking about. You can have the book now above the fold, then you have the start the booking process horizontally right here. And that's those small tweaks, folks, are what absolutely gives us the ability to customize to dramatically increase the conversion rates and even to test, right? So actually, I should have just kept it up. So, you know, here, as Chris said, you have a book now button, which will do a parallax scroll, you know, down to go. That's my old page, right? Or that's got the Future Stay booking widget. So where is it?
Should be at the very bottom.
Down here, right? So, and this is what I would not use. This is going to be the least converting one. Reality is this is number 2 right here, right? This is going to be the best. And then the one that I'm not showing has the horizontal here. And you're going to want to test the horizontal against this, right? And so you want to test this. This is your Future Stay page. This is the addition of Market My STR. You want to test this against just this, right? And if you do that and you drive at least 500 people, maybe 1,000 in traffic, and you'd like want to send an email and drive your own traffic and do your like buy, sell, trade group posts leading to here, do an email all at the one time to send traffic to it. And think about that. That's coming up, folks. Timing is critical. One, because I've actually convinced Scott and Phil to extend the Black Friday stuff through today, so you guys can still get the bill. So if you were to go to, let's see, futurestay.com/bill, here's the future stay deal, right? So he didn't get this updated onto the deal, but you get their Amplify program at like 50% off, direct to Google vacation rentals, your website, your direct booking page is up in no time. But if you sign up through the Market My STR package, I don't know if you know what that's called, Chris. If you go to Market My STR, I think it's the Bill package or Level Up or something like that. You actually, and let's see here, I think it's down at the bottom. If you get my package with Scott, which I can't even find it, so I don't want to confuse anybody, and say that, but you actually get, Scott's going to pay for future stay for the first year. So when you sign up at Market My STR, you're going to get future stay for the first year included inside of your Market My STR, which is pretty cool. Right now, you have the best of both worlds from a conversion standpoint and also from a marketing standpoint for your direct booking website.
Yeah, I really want to hammer home the things that everything lacks, especially like the owner res or any of the Guesty, any of their websites, is one, the full ability to control how everything looks. Right, you just don't have that ability.
Chris, I mean to interrupt you, but I'm going to interrupt you. I don't think we're dogging on any of the OTAs. It's just a matter of fact that they are not a website builder. They are not a conversion rate optimization expert, which I've been for about 13 years. I try to get owner res and they're like, dude, that's just not on our roadmap. Bill Kennard fucking gets it. He gets it, right? And that's why he's built what he's built. And now the power of Scott and Phil together is crazy.
Absolutely.
Keep going, sorry.
Well, I mean, it's like anything else that it's a PMS, right? We want owner res to be the PMS and be the best at what we want a PMS to do. I don't expect the best PMS in the world to also be the best website builder in the world or the best email software in the world, the best anything else. That's not the core component of what we want to do. And that's why Market My STR is such a awesome addition to, because it does all that stuff. It does the text message. And we even mentioned that the cool thing about Market My STR is when you get that phone number, that text phone number that you can use for the chat, it also allows you to call people or people to call that number, and it goes to the same spot on your phone. Appears like any other phone call happens on your phone, except it's a number that's protected. So for those of you who really do want to, okay, I want to manage and co-host, but I don't want my personal cell phone number out there, that's one of the best solutions out there to be able to call and text from a number that's a bit more protected than just giving out your personal cell phone number all the time.
I mean, and you can let your VAs use that as well, which is really cool. So all the text messages can come into that. The text messages can go out from that. The phone calls are recorded, like we have. We're recording phone calls, right? So I've got a client called STR Super Cleaners, and we're setting him up on Market My STR right now, even though he's not in the short-term rental space, but strictly because of the CRM for all you co-hosts that are out there, and the ability to use the Lead Connector app. Because now that we're, he's in the Poconos and Nashville and 30A and Panama City Beach, all these places, Chris, to where now we can segment that to where it goes to like customer service, in the right way. And what happens is that Market My STR is a standalone. Let's put future stay aside for a second. Market My STR replaces, paying $30 to $40 a month for live chat. It replaces, for most of you, probably $20 to $40 for email, like MailChimp, Constant Contact. For me, it would probably be $75 to $100, which is almost what you pay just for Market My STR. Simple texting is what I use for text messaging. Chris, what do we spend? Simple text, like $300 a month just for the texting that now we can do through Market My STR. The voice drops that we drop for you on, Move the Needle. I almost said Meet the Fockers. Move the Needle. Sly Broadcast. I was paying $35 a month for that. Web hosting, is going to run you 20 to 25. Actually, I think Mark Simpson's charging 50 to 100 a month after you pay to build the website just to host for you, which is very common. Nothing against Mark. I mean, I built over 1,700 websites in my agency. I get it. I did the same stuff. It's just a business model that's archaic that you guys don't need as business owners. And once again, I'm not saying that to dog on Mark. He's just got an old school business model where you can roll everything in to where you have the email, the video hosting, all of that type of stuff, to where you can go in and literally be able to have everything to go. And that's not even counting all the content that I built for you guys. You get the 260-day funnel. You get the text message templates. You get the voice drop templates. You get all the triggers. You get everything. You get my pages that have already been built, all the templates, all of that type of stuff. And that's where you really have to make the decision if you want to do it on your own or if you want to hire somebody, to do it for you. And I've always been the guy, Chris, that's wanted to do it on my own. I would rather have that control. And that's the cool thing about, Scott and that new package to where they set the 260-day funnel up. They integrate you with Future Stay, immediately, that you can still grab my templates. You can be up and running in a day, and you don't have to wait 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 weeks. And then you don't have to worry about maintenance on the back end. You don't have any of that stuff. It's all rolled into the all-in-one. And this is all kind of inspired, Chris knows, I don't know if many of you guys know, but I was customer 33 at HubSpot. And HubSpot was it wasn't the first all-in-one marketing platform, but it's become the gold standard. And it wasn't that great when I first became a customer of theirs. And, now it is, but it's also too expensive. And, most of the people that are doing what Market My STR is doing in this industry are charging 5 to 10 times what Scott is charging. And I think that's something that becomes super important.
Absolutely. I think we glossed over a super important part, which is that whole middle part, the Future State part. It isn't like you have to go in and hand build that inside of Market My STR or have to go into some landing page builder to do that. You literally, Phil showed us at the Inner Circle in-person meeting, like, what was it, 4 minutes and like 28 seconds or something?
3 minutes and 36 seconds from
Yeah.
start to finish.
Utterly insane how quick.
Meaning that's like sign up for Future Stay, take your Airbnb link, drop it into Future Stay, connect it to Airbnb, and then your direct booking site's live. The only other thing you really need to do is you got to set up your calendar, and then if you want to use, they have Stripe already. All you got to do is get it set up with Stripe with them. They handle the processing. They pay you immediately, not like Airbnb or Vrbo where they hold the funds. If you're with me, if you just go in general to Future Stay, then they're going to hold the funds, just like at least for your first, I think it's 5 to 10 bookings, so they can trust you because they do the Stripe. If you're with Bill, then they release those funds immediately. So literally, if you have your shit together, you're up and running with direct bookings in 5 minutes. And then, the next step, in my opinion, is implement the 260-day, direct booking funnel. And then if you're on Move the Needle and you really paid attention to Savannah, she dropped probably some of the best social media stuff I've ever seen. And there's a reason that she does what she does, and she's worked, when you hang out with The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin for years, and you understand that brand building, and how to create content quickly. That's our biggest hang up with social media. Everybody, do social media, do Instagram. Well, ain't nobody got time to do it slow, and we got too much other shit going on, right? So when you figure out that stuff and how to do it fast and batch that content out, then use the scheduling tool inside of Market My STR, then you can go in and actually see some movement. The thing that I love about this too, Chris, is on the OTAs and Future Stay and all these a lot of the other platforms that we talked about that are locked down, you don't get the opportunity to install those pixels. And if you can't install the pixels, you can't create the custom audiences off the people that are visiting your website and then go back and retarget them. So for those of you that do have this in place or are going to put this into place, one of the first parts of the checklist is make sure you get your Google, LinkedIn, and Facebook, most importantly, Facebook pixels, dropped into the site, into the sales page as quickly as you can. And look, I'm going to tell you right now, there is no need for you guys to be paying for a 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10 page website. None. Not when you can use one template. Number one, when you drive traffic to one page, and if it's designed correctly, it's going to convert at a much higher rate than wasting money on a 5-page website. And all you have to do is take that template and then replicate, hit the copy button. Like if you have 5 properties, hit the copy button 5 times, and then just drop in the new Future Stay, and then literally just customize. That's it. It's that fast. You should be able to have somebody with a portfolio of 5 to 10 properties should be able to have all of this done in like 2 to 3 hours. Would you agree, Chris?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it is super, super simple. We have tried to create the easy button for you, but not at sacrifice of creating the highest converting assets for you as well.
Absolutely.
Is that it? We got like 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, we could always open up to anyone have any marketing questions because we haven't been on for a few weeks with Move the Needle, and then last week weren't able to get on.
Outside of this, I think the top 10 pages, the best of pages, all the stuff you have, your restaurant recommendations, your ski gear, your pontoon boat rentals, you think about all that local knowledge, that type of stuff that you've got in your TouchStay app, pull that out and put it into one of our templates so you can have the best of pages as well. So it could be sushi restaurants, could be, best places for, a sunset cruise, or to, go jogging or hiking trails. That's a big one, especially for us in the mountains and at lakes and stuff like that. Nobody has like the encyclopedia of hiking trails, Chris. And it kind of sucks, especially when you're in an outdoors area. That's something that I would highly recommend putting in on your page. And here's the cool thing. If you really want to get jiggy with it, when you do one of these best of or these top 10 pages, and you guys should be doing this on your own as well. Remember, Chris, we gave this to my mastermind almost 2 years ago, right? I think Eric Corson's the only guy, from the STR Tech Talk Facebook group. I think he's the only guy to be able to go back and execute on that. So if you think about, like, if you're going to have the top 7 Airbnbs in your market, then basically what you do is you go and you put number 1, number 2, and this is a great thing about being able to customize and market my STR. Then you go in and you drop in top 5 sushi restaurants. Top 5. Oh, let's do that in reverse, Chris. Where's the best places to rent ski gear in Banner Elk? Well, there's literally about 4, 5, 6 places that you can go. So then you list number 1, number 2, and then in between that, top 10 Airbnbs in Banner Elk. I click on that because I'm more interested in that because I haven't booked my place and I am renting ski gear. And that takes me to your page, or it takes me to the Market My STR pages you guys can get on for free right now. And whose property is going to be at the top? Mine, 2 in Banner Elk. Number 1, Elk Lodge. Number 2, Clontesca. So if you know anything about like Google organic search rankings and with paid, 62% of all traffic goes to the top 2. 62% of traffic goes to the top 2 organic rankings. So if you have 1 or 2 properties that are there, that's how you're going to drive your traffic. So you send people, you create as many of these top 10s as you can. Restaurants, hiking gear, hiking trails, best roller coasters in Pigeon and the Smokies, best barbecue joints in the Smokies, best party bars in Panama City Beach, whatever the fuck it is, create as many of these as you can. It's literally going to ChatGPT or Google and searching and just doing the search and dropping them in. You guys should already know this if you own, co-host, or manage there anyways. If you don't, you're not doing your job. You need to be the expert in all things local and what is the desire from the people that are there. And when that's the case, then you can quickly create these with the templates. You drive the traffic to those templates, and then you put your links to the top 10. Then they click into your direct booking, right? So it's not spammy. It's completely indirect, and you're giving the community exactly what they're looking for. That's the beauty. That's the type of stuff that you guys should be doing from a marketing perspective. Awesome. Hey, everybody. Thank you guys for joining us on this episode of Market My STR. If you're watching this on the recordings on YouTube, just go ahead and leave a comment. If you have any questions, I will personally respond to you. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. And we will not be back next week. Just FYI, I've got mastermind meeting in Whitefish, Montana. So it will be 2 weeks. I think, what will that be, Chris? Like the 5th, 14th, 16th is when we'll be back. So we're taking next Monday off, which I believe is the 11th, and we'll be back on, that would be whatever, the 17th, 18th, something like that, whatever. 2 weeks from today. We'll see you guys there. Have a great day, everybody. Happy hosting. Did you hit the end button, Chris, or you just start smiling?
I did not. I thought you hit an end button.
Okay, I guess I'll hit the end button. You